Welcome to Mysteries and Crime, the channel that takes you deep into history's most captivating mysteries and true crime stories. Today, we dive into the heartbreaking and perplexing case of Gabby Petito, a young woman whose disappearance and tragic death became a national headline in 2021. Before we begin, congratulations to Ashley from California, our clue-solving winner. Your participation helps us bring these stories to light, and as part of your prize, you've been invited to suggest a case for a future episode. For today's video, pay close attention, as another clue-based question is hidden in the story. Comment your answer below for a chance to win a shout-out and suggest a future case. Now, let's unravel the mystery of Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito was a 22-year-old aspiring travel blogger whose life seemed like a picture-perfect adventure. In July 2021, she embarked on a cross-country road trip with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, documenting their journey on social media. They traveled in a white Ford Transit van, visiting national parks and sharing idyllic snapshots of their life on the road. However, behind the polished Instagram posts lay a story of tension, challenges, and eventual tragedy. The couple's journey, initially filled with excitement and exploration, would take a dark turn that left a lasting impact on those who followed their story. Gabby's passion for travel and adventure was evident from a young age. Born in Blue Point, New York, she was described as a free spirit with an infectious enthusiasm for life. Her love for the outdoors and dream of exploring new places drove her decision to embark on this journey and share it with the world. Gabby's posts reflected her appreciation for nature and life's simple moments, captivating a growing audience of admirers. Her carefully planned itinerary included stops at iconic parks like Zion and Grand Teton, each offering breathtaking views and a chance to connect with nature. Despite their outward happiness, the realities of life on the road began to take a toll. Financial pressures and the challenges of constant proximity led to growing tensions. These struggles, while common among travelers, culminated in Moab, Utah, during a police encounter that would later become a critical moment in the investigation. The footage from this incident raised questions about missed opportunities to intervene. Gabby's enthusiasm for the trip was fueled not only by her love for travel, but also her vision for the future. She saw this journey as a stepping stone to establishing herself as a prominent figure in the travel blogging world. Her passion for connecting with nature and sharing those experiences with others became a central theme of her online content, where she inspired countless followers to embrace adventure. From the deserts of Utah to the peaks of Wyoming, Gabby aimed to bring her viewers along for every breathtaking moment. The trip's itinerary reflected Gabby and Brian's shared love for the outdoors. Stops at national parks like Bryce Canyon and arches showcased the couple's deep appreciation for nature's beauty. Each post captured serene landscapes, candid smiles, and a sense of freedom that resonated with their growing audience. Yet, as the trip progressed, signs of strain became increasingly apparent to those who knew them well. This complexity, balancing personal struggles with the polished facade of social media, underscored the unfolding tragedy. Gabby's story captivated the public, not just for its heartbreaking conclusion, but for the way it revealed the hidden challenges that so many face in pursuit of their dreams. As we delve deeper into this case, let's examine the critical moments that turned this journey of hope into one of the nation's most talked about mysteries. Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie began their road trip in July 2021 with high hopes and a meticulously planned itinerary. They dreamed of turning their journey into a storybook adventure filled with scenic landscapes and memorable moments. However, as the weeks progressed, tensions began to surface. The first notable incident occurred on August 12, 2021, in Moab, Utah. Police responded to a report of a domestic dispute. Body cam footage captured Gabby visibly upset, while Brian appeared calm. Witnesses described a heated argument, with one person claiming Brian physically grabbed Gabby. Despite these accounts, no charges were filed. Officers separated the couple for the night, a decision later criticized as a missed opportunity to intervene. After Moab, the couple continued their journey, with Gabby's social media posts showing picturesque scenes that masked underlying struggles. Her last communication came on August 27th, mentioning their location at Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. Shortly after, all contact ceased. Brian Laundrie returned alone to his parents' home in Florida on September 1st, driving Gabby's van. He provided no explanation for her absence and refused to communicate with her family. Alarmed, Gabby's parents reported her missing on September 11th. The case rapidly gained national attention, with social media users analyzing details and contributing to the search. On September 19th, Gabby's remains were discovered in a remote area of Grand Teton. An autopsy confirmed she died from strangulation, ruled a homicide. As investigators focused on Brian as the primary person of interest, he disappeared, sparking a nationwide manhunt. His remains were later found in Florida's Carlton Reserve in October, alongside a notebook with admissions related to Gabby's death. Public reaction to the case was intense. Online communities played a significant role in spreading awareness and generating leads, though misinformation also posed challenges. Vigils for Gabby highlighted the need for domestic violence awareness, and her family used their platform to advocate for change. The case revealed systemic issues in handling domestic violence and the dual-edged role of social media in modern investigations. The investigation into Gabby's disappearance was marked by collaboration between local and federal agencies. GPS data, surveillance footage, and eyewitness testimonies were critical in narrowing the search. The discovery of her van near Spread Creek dispersed camping area provided investigators with a focal point, leading to intensive search efforts in the rugged terrain of Grand Teton National Park. Social media played an unprecedented role in the case. Platforms like TikTok and Twitter became hubs of activity, with users sharing theories, analyzing clues, and even locating potential evidence. The viral nature of Gabby's story highlighted both the power and pitfalls of digital sleuthing. While some leads proved helpful, others led to misinformation, complicating the investigation. Gabby's family remained a pillar of strength throughout the ordeal. They used their growing platform to raise awareness about missing persons and domestic violence. Vigils and fundraisers were organized across the country, reflecting the immense impact of Gabby's story. For many, her case became a symbol of systemic failings and the urgent need for change. When Brian Laundrie's remains were discovered, the case took a somber turn. The notebook found alongside his body contained admissions regarding Gabby's death, offering a form of closure for her family. However, it also left lingering questions about the events leading up to her murder. Public frustration grew as many felt justice had not been fully served. Despite the tragic outcome, Gabby's case became a catalyst for national conversations about intervention in domestic violence situations. Advocates called for improved training for law enforcement, emphasizing the importance of recognizing warning signs. The role of social media was also debated, with some praising its ability to mobilize resources and others cautioning against the risks of misinformation. Gabby's story is a stark reminder of the hidden struggles faced by many and the collective responsibility to address them. Gabby Petito's case left an indelible mark on society, not just because of its tragic ending, but due to the questions it raised about domestic violence, law enforcement, and the role of social media. Advocates and experts analyzed the circumstances surrounding her disappearance and highlighted systemic failures that may have contributed to the outcome. The police encounter in Moab, Utah, became a focal point. Critics argued that officers failed to recognize the dynamics of abuse, focusing instead on superficial signs of conflict. Advocates emphasized the need for improved training to identify and respond to nuanced situations of domestic violence. Gabby's visible distress, coupled with Brian's calm demeanor, were highlighted as potential red flags. Social media played a dual role in the case. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram mobilized resources and brought national attention to Gabby's story. While this support was invaluable, misinformation and speculation also surfaced, complicating the investigation. This underscored both the power and pitfalls of public involvement in modern cases. The notebook found near Brian Laundrie's remains offered some answers. Brian allegedly took responsibility for Gabby's death, describing it as a moment of panic. While this provided some closure, it left gaps in the timeline and the precise circumstances leading to the tragedy. These revelations reignited discussions about the importance of early intervention in domestic disputes. Gabby's family transformed their grief into advocacy through the Gabby Petito Foundation, which supports domestic violence survivors and families of missing persons. Their work has inspired others to take action, raising awareness through public speaking, partnerships with nonprofits, and community engagement. Their efforts have turned Gabby's memory into a force for positive change. The case also prompted reflection on disparities in media coverage, particularly the phenomenon of missing white woman syndrome. Advocates called for fair representation, emphasizing that all missing persons deserve equal attention. This has led to increased awareness of underrepresented cases and a push for inclusive media practices. Gabby's story serves as a powerful reminder of resilience and the need for systemic reform. Her life, though tragically cut short, has inspired countless individuals to advocate for justice and change. Through her family's work and the lessons learned from her case, Gabby's legacy continues to promote awareness, empathy, and action. Gabby's case also revealed the emotional power of collective action. Across the country, vigils and memorials honored her memory, while the hashtag Justice for Gabby became a rallying cry for systemic reform. These events underscored the unifying potential of public empathy and highlighted the role of grassroots movements in driving awareness and advocacy. The lessons from Gabby's story extended beyond domestic violence. Her case became a lens through which broader issues, such as media coverage disparities, were examined. Advocates called for systemic changes in how the media reports on missing persons, particularly those from marginalized communities. This push led to initiatives that aim to ensure equal attention for all cases, regardless of race, socioeconomic status, or background. Policy changes also emerged in the aftermath of Gabby's story. Lawmakers in several states introduced bills aimed at improving training for law enforcement officers to better recognize and handle domestic violence situations. These legislative efforts were accompanied by a surge in public donations to organizations dedicated to supporting survivors and their families. Gabby's story became a catalyst for these tangible changes, sparking conversations at every level of society. As we reflect on the far-reaching impact of Gabby's life and legacy, her story stands as a testament to the power of resilience, advocacy, and collective action. Her family's work through the Gabby Petito Foundation continues to inspire efforts to create a safer, more just world. Through education, policy reform, and public awareness, Gabby's memory remains a guiding force for change. Her story reminds us all that even in the face of tragedy, we have the capacity to foster empathy, drive systemic reform, and build a society that values the safety and dignity of every individual. As we wrap up today's episode, we want to once again congratulate Ashley from California for solving our last clue-based question. Your participation helps bring attention to these important cases and encourages meaningful conversations about justice and change. Before we go, here's today's clue-based question. Which national park did Gabby and Brian visit after leaving Utah? Share your answer in the comments below for a chance to win a shout-out and suggest a future case for us to explore.